It started on a normal walk in the park when they heard a faint, sad cry. They followed the sobbing sound and found a tiny puppy, lying almost motionless on the ground. The poor little thing was in terrible shape. His body was far too thin, and his fur was matted and covered in dirt. A terrible smell came from him, which had attracted flies. It looked like someone had just heartlessly abandoned this poor little boy. He was so weak from hunger and sickness that he could barely move. When they gently touched him, his small body was burning up with a high fever. His face showed deep exhaustion, and his eyes were filled with tears. He was so weak, but he desperately tried to look up at them, as if he was begging for help. Seeing this helpless puppy, they knew they had to act fast. They searched the park and found an empty cardboard box. They hurried back, picked him up as carefully as they could, and gently placed him inside. Then, they rushed him to the animal hospital. After about a 35-minute drive, they arrived at the hospital. The puppy was immediately taken into the emergency room. The rescuers told the doctor that the puppy had also vomited on the way, a very bad sign. The vet team took samples for testing, but right then, the puppy's condition got even worse. His little face looked almost lifeless, and his breathing became weak. The doctor took his temperature and confirmed he had a dangerously high fever of 42.3 degrees Celsius. This was extremely dangerous for a puppy and could easily cause seizures. The vet immediately gave him fever-reducing medication to keep him stable. The next day, the test results told the full, sad story. The puppy had been starving for days, which is why he was so thin. Because he was so hungry, he must have eaten something unhealthy to fill his stomach. That caused a severe intestinal infection, which led to the high fever, vomiting, and diarrhea. The prolonged sickness left him exhausted and unable to walk. The doctor said he was lucky. He was found just in time. But the treatment would take a long time, and the puppy had to stay in the hospital. His rescuers agreed and decided to spend their own time there, caring for him. The treatment began right away. The process was long because he needed several types of medication for the infection, fever, and pain. One by one, the doctor gave him each drug. Gradually, the puppy became a little more alert, but you could still see the fatigue on his face. He stopped crying and lay quietly, obediently letting the doctor help him. His new rescuers stayed right beside him, gently comforting him. Their presence seemed to calm him and make him feel safe. After about 30 minutes, the treatment was done, and he was moved to a private room to rest. He had a special bed and monitoring devices, so the doctor could watch his health 24/7. After 6 long days, the puppy's health finally improved. He was more awake. His fever had gone down and the diarrhea decreased. Then a wonderful moment happened. He could finally stand up and walk a little. He walked slowly toward his rescuers, looked up with eyes full of gratitude, and even tried to smile, though he was still tired. He was friendly to everyone and started to explore the room with curiosity. His rescuers wanted him to rest, but the doctor gave surprising advice, saying that walking around would actually help his digestion and speed up recovery. So, his rescuers started taking him for 30-minute walks every day. They spent all their time at the hospital caring for him, feeding him, gently cleaning his body, and tidying his sleeping area. The puppy could now eat soft foods like milk powder with cheese and sausages. After 13 days, he had recovered about 80%. His fever was gone, his diarrhea had stopped, and the infection was almost healed. The exhaustion disappeared, replaced by a bright smile and new energy. He could even run comfortably. The only issue left was his low body weight. He needed better nutrition. The vet helped prepare a list of healthy foods, and his rescuers bought everything. Luckily, the puppy found the food delicious and ate every bite. After 20 long days, the puppy was almost fully recovered. The vet performed a final checkup, and the results showed great improvement. The doctor finally allowed the puppy to go home. It was dark when they arrived. They quickly prepared his dinner and let him rest. They hadn't bought anything for him yet, so he slept temporarily in a safe cage. After eating, he slowly fell asleep in his new home. The next morning, he woke up late. His new family fed him breakfast and took him for his first walk around their neighborhood. The puppy was so happy. He ran after them and looked around at everything with so much curiosity, interested in all the new sights and smells. They stayed out until noon. His face was full of pure joy. When they got back, they cleaned him up with a gentle, warm bath and used a hairdryer to dry his fur. That afternoon, they went out and bought a new, spacious house for him. They assembled it right away, and his new little home was all set up. After 1 month, they took the puppy back for his final checkup. The test showed his health had fully recovered. He was a normal, healthy puppy. The doctor gave him his scheduled vaccinations, and they all went home for good. The puppy fully adapted to his new life. He was incredibly happy and ran around all day. His family spent all their free time with him, taking him out to play on evenings and weekends. He would get so excited, running and exploring everywhere with joy. As he grew, he became even more energetic. Finally, all the puppy's hardships came to an end. Now, he is healthy and ready for his new life. A bright smile is always on his face. He has become an irreplaceable member of his new family, loved and protected. If this story touched you, give it a like.